Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome back to the City of Lost Hope and Kingdoms Reborn. Now, in the last episode, we went ahead and proceeded down to the south, down to this river. Started off putting down our houses, getting our fruit going. In between episodes, I went ahead and built the market, the library, and the tavern, just so that our people could be happy. I put down the first river thing, that production site, our clay pit, as well as our brickyard. Not quite working yet, and to upgrade it, it's going to take a ton of stone that we don't have yet. Also built a storage just for it. Now, up in the north, I fixed our furniture so that it actually looks proper, so it wasn't in the middle of nowhere. Also rearranged the immigration offices so they were pointing towards the center. Over a little bit, we went ahead and put down 2 more beer breweries, again set up for doing orange cider. Forgot to put a road here, so let's go ahead and get that down. And last of all, I went ahead and got another furniture, because furniture and beer have just been lacking, and that's the big thing we're missing to get to the Enlightenment Age. We have to have enough tier 3, I think it's tier 4 houses, and we're missing luxury, so it looks like these houses, these tier 3s, still missing furniture. Beer's finally caught up, so we're good there. So it's just getting that furniture production down so that we're good to go. Now, in this episode, I'm foreseeing that I'm going to run into problems with food, so we're going to go ahead and expand over to the east a little. Probably get another spot for fruit going. And expand this area some more, because I would like to get pottery down, so we have yet another tier 1 luxury, and maybe get the candle maker in the beekeeper and the candle maker down. Had to think of what they were. Alright, let's grab our wild cards. Just about to tick over, so we'll go ahead and speed up to speed 3. Grab our next wild card. We don't have any tier 2 luxuries. Let's go ahead and open the tech tree. So we are ready for the candle maker. We're ready. We have enough of the tier 4 houses to go into the Enlightened Age. Okay. Let's get the candle maker. We'll come back, finish the archive, the scholar's office. That will get us into the school. Then we'll go for the gold smelting. Get the enlightened just to get into that era. Come back for sand mine after. Well, it'll probably go school, then sand mine. That way we can get glass production. After that, we'll come down to the theater. And the theater requires glass in order to make it, so it's kind of going to have to follow that order. Alright, let's get cooking. Now, this sustainability book, I researched it. It's something that I don't care to do. I just think it's wasted points actually spending them, but I did. Gonna go in the brickyard. Takes 31 clay. Not worried about the coal, because coal is good, but the clay is. Takes 31 clay to make 34 bricks. So let's go ahead and plop that down. Gets it down to 18, a little bit better. Let's see if we can get the 515 stone so we can upgrade this. We're probably going to have to buy the stones, because I don't see enough in this area to actually get that. And see what that brings us to, because another 50%, another 17, that puts us around 51 bricks. Not amazing, but 50 bricks is enough to make a warehouse, and that's a good start. So if we can get that running year-round, we'll be golden. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I also was thinking, do we, in this episode, replace our pig with sheep so our tailor can use wool instead of using leather, because leather has been a problem so far. The tailor the 2 that we have are taking all the leather we produce during the winter, and going just into the spring, we don't have any. We don't have room for the immigrants, so let's pass on that. And let's go ahead and roll through these, see if we get a sheep. We'll take the sell food. We got a good chunk of food, so let's go ahead and sell that around. Let's kill this off. And let's look for a place, because I think we're going to get 2 sheep production. One that will replace this pig yard. And maybe one over here. So let's see if we can find a good spot. Let's find that sheep. Ooh, can't place on desert, so we can't put it there. That area doesn't look good. Now, if we put it here, it doesn't leave a whole lot of room between the town on the left and the town on the right. Granted, this right here is the hub, and we don't typically build in the hub except for just miscellaneous things. And it would put it right next to our 2 tailors. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and plop it down here. We finished a tech. I think we finished the candle maker, which is amazing. Let's get archive. Ooh, it's only a minute to do it. So we're getting up there in our technology. That's amazing. Are we ready for the candle maker? And where would we put the candle maker? We don't have a whole lot of room up here. Down in the south, we're going to put coal production probably up here somewhere. This side is going to be mostly river production. Do we put a house down here and put a candle production down here? Check our book, see if we get a beekeeper. We don't. Let's roll it. Still no beekeeper, that's fine. We'll take the wild card. Ooh, we finished our tech. Let's get our scholar's office. So we will take the archive. We're going to plop that down right away. This is something I've been waiting for pretty much the entire gameplay, is getting this statistics bureau off my hotbar. So let's plop him down there. I don't care if it makes sense or not. I just want him off my hotbar. I have another candle maker. All right. We'll take 2 candle makers. They do take a bit of stone. Wood's not a problem. I think we're going to have to buy stone. So, off with the trees, and let's get cooking. We'll want some roads. And let's temp in a house. Oh, I mean, all that product, all that apparel. That appeal is just key. These houses are going to be fantastic once we get our row of bushes in there. So we want the road right here, so let's go ahead and plot that in. How far out do we need to be? Let's just spin it around. Yeah, about 6. We'll go ahead and do the same thing as normal. We'll plan on 2 warehouses out. Really get this a good area. Don't have enough bricks yet to make warehouses worth it, so we're just going to go ahead and build regular storage yards for now. Get our 2 candle yards down. Now we're going to have to find bees, but that should be easy. Let's check our book, see if we end up with one. We don't. It's a bummer. Let's roll it. Nothing in here. I just, well, I guess I got the archive for free, but let's go ahead and submit that. Let's go ahead and put the trees back on. For some odd reason, this spot right here looks like an amazing spot to put a beekeeper. Not a V-keeper, a beekeeper, thank you. Oh man, look at that, 159%, 164%. Yeah, let's get it right there. This will produce honey and wax. So I think with this, I'm going to go on ahead and put down a storage. Let's drop our trees for just long enough. Now, do I want it facing the road so that we can switch it to a barn at some point in time, or do we want it this way? You know, I kind of want it this way, even though when we replace the barn, it will put a road up above or down below. Guess it down below would be fine too. Yeah, let's drop it there. I think it looks better. Let's close that off. We're not ready for the scholar's office. It will be good, but we need to get paper online first, so let's go ahead and refuse that. 8 immigrants. We don't have houses for them, so I'm sorry we can't take you. Yeah, hope turned to gloom. Well, this is the town of Lost Hope, so... But, maybe next year. Gold smelter, then, yeah, we'll go gold smelter, then enlighten, then sand mine. Good. Now, what was this? This is Glassworks. So Glassworks turns glass into glassware, and I believe that's a tier 2 luxury. Let's see, what other tier 2 luxuries? We have magic mushrooms. We are nowhere near 80 houses. So that's going to be a ways down the road. What's ironic is we're not far from 50 houses, but nowhere near 80. So we might have to expand quite a bit between now and then. Let's go ahead and close this out. We are up to 760 research, so these are going pretty quick. Let's take a look at the books. I hear that ticking. All right. Candlemaker, we just put those down. The scholar's office, as I said, I just don't think I'm ready for it. We're not producing bricks yet, so it's not good. But we're going to want it in the future, because that's how we're going to make our wild cards instead of looking through this deck. Speaking of looking through that deck. Okay, I'm required to go to the Enlightened Age in order to get our next era, or next upgrade for our town hall. So, as this area comes together, we need stone. Looks like tools are starting to drop. Looks like our consumption is just slightly higher than our production. That's fine. But our trade, this guy right here, our trade company should take care of it for us. So let's go ahead and get 300 stone. Hopefully that will be enough to actually sustain those. Now, into mid-spring, we have furniture, we have beer, we have tulips. We're getting close to our yearly production of tulip. So we might have to switch another one of these into tulips. So I'm going to try to tie fixing, because I want to move this tulip over one, put a road in between. I'm going to try to fix that with the harvest so that we can not interrupt. Let's go ahead and turn on the province overlay. I think it's Control P. It is. So we've got a little bit of room still. Now there's a few different ways of doing this. We can, let's go ahead and close that for a second. We'll get the Enlightened Age in a second. While the gold smelter is expensive, that's fine. We don't need it yet. There's a few ways of doing this. We can either build another tulip here, or it looks like we have a spot down here in the middle of our orange grove that's also tulips. So we could build there, or we can look for another option, which would be to get a different tier 1 luxury. So we're not far from cannabis, but we're not going to get to either one of them this episode. And we're not going to get to the tulips up here, which leads me to believe that we need to get into pottery either this episode or next episode to sustain the fact that we're not getting enough tulips. Now, can we place another 6x10 farm over here? Let's go ahead and try that out. Not very good area, and we can just barely squeeze it in. So let's squeeze that. Oh, we cannot. It is over the border. Let's go ahead and grab this territory and try that again. Too large. All right, there we go. Oh man, we're going to place it right where that tree was that just produced 67 oranges. Can we place tulips over here too? Let's get rid of our road that's in the wrong spot. Said, as soon as fall hits, we want to move these. Probably have to buy this area too. Now, worst case scenario, if we can't make one of these tulips, we could make it herbs and we could change. Oh, we can't make it herbs. We can make it potatoes. Don't need herbs. We just need tulips. Maybe more potatoes. And while I'm waffling, let me go ahead and queue up Enlightened. Before we instant pop that, we don't have room for more houses, so let's go ahead and pass on them. And get these ones down. Still have a road there, so we'll leave our overlay up. So we can get rid of that road. We'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. Now, put in our road. And get our next farm down. Now the big question is, as they say, the $1 million question, can I put tulips? I can. I think 2 of these being tulips and we'll be set. So do we have this block being 4 tulips? And this block down here being potatoes? I think so. I think so. I think that would be a good look. Let's go ahead and close off our overlays. There we go. Now, food is good. Tools, it looks like we're holding. Maybe bought a little bit, but we're holding. We still have quite a bit of medical herbs. Let's go ahead and sell those off. Should just, yeah, I was going to say, usually when I clear it, it brings whatever we have a lot of. Let's get rid of those. Now, what am I doing with these productivity books? They were in the pig farm. I don't know that I want them in a sheep farm. Let's go ahead and drop them in the clay pit. Bumps up the batch to be 28. What was it before? So from 20 to 28. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll replace them with motivation later on, but we can't actually make the motivation book yet. Let's take a look. We have all of our fruit gatherers prepped for the future, so we don't need that. We do need a granary. We'll always take wild cards every day of the week. Another wild card. And another wild card. Alright. So, we do want to expand this because we're on that border. We produce 16,000 food and we use 15, so we're on the edge. And all of it is from the orange facility. So, let's go ahead and extend our road out a little bit and start getting this facility down. Buy this territory while we're at it because we have the money. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off our trees. It's a big wide open area. Okay, I think right here would be good. I think that's plenty far enough away. And we'll start plopping these guys down, put the first couple facing. We do need a hunter, but not in this group. Let's go ahead and roll, see what we have. Do have a hunter lodge. We'll take it. We have a potter. So do we get the potter now? Plop it down and hope that we're getting enough to actually sustain it. Well, we'll go ahead because I see clay starting to come in. Not sure if it's a wise decision because we're taking a lot out of our population just to keep our furniture and our beer production up and going. But I want to see us move forward. Let's get our next couple fruit gatherers down. Come on. There we go. I should probably pick up one more of those the next time that I do an upgrade, just so that that moment where it takes to tick over, it doesn't actually, hold up like that. All right, nothing in the books that we want here. Let's re-roll it, see what we get. Another sheep farm and a wild card. We'll take both of them. Now, this little piggy went home. So let's go ahead and destroy this one. Place down our sheep branch. And we can do something that I've been saying since episode 1. Let's go ahead and get rid of this pig ranch. Not the biggest fan of all of the animals, but I know in the future we need cows for milk. And this will at least get our tailor working year-round for doing clothes. So that we can finally take our production off of our hunters, something that I've wanted to do since the beginning of the game. They're just not very good, and we have animals going everywhere, but yet I never actually see them hitting anything. And we only get about 160 leather a year out of 10 hunters. Granted, they only hunt for half the year, but it just doesn't seem very useful. This sheep ranch is fully operational. We have not collected anything yet. That's fine. And we're into the Enlightened Age. Alright. 1% science for every 2% happiness above 80%. So if this was reversed, if this was 2% science for every 1% happiness above 80%, I think this would be okay. 1% attractiveness for each level 5 house up to 30%. I think that's good, because we're going after happiness this round. And this would move our, once we have enough level 5 houses, would move our city attractiveness up to 100%. And that would really play into our happiness. This might push us over the 80 mark. Do we have any level 5 houses? We do. So this is going to be an instant 27% to happiness in that field. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now, free thought, something that I actually really appreciate. 0.5% science for each trade post, trade company, and trade port. I don't think I'm going to do a lot of trading. So I don't think free thought is very good. But I do think 20% luxury resource productivity, even though it's doubling the import fee, it's going to be fine, because as I said, I don't plan on using imports and exports very much. We'll go ahead and grab this. Now, card removal is now in the deck, so we're going to watch for those. Let's go ahead and close that out. We're coming up on, well, we're up to 208, but we don't have that many. Let's go ahead and get a couple more labors just to kind of match that. And let's go ahead and roll through these cards, see if we can get that first card removal, because they're pretty useful. Not ready for mushrooms. Nothing else in here looks good. We'll take the wild card. Now, back down here. Oh, you know, we finished the Enlightened Age, but we waffled around, so let's get the sand mine, which is 7 minutes out. We're good there. So we're definitely going to finish that. So we'll get the sand mine and possibly our first glass smelter down. We don't have enough bricks, though. We have the clay. Do we prioritize bricks to get that going? How many people? It takes 7 people to get bricks up and going. I don't think I want to take them off of food. Let's go ahead and take a look at our job priority list. Well, I can move bricks above the tailor. Where are our sheep farmers? Sheep rancher. Okay, we've got our one. Let's go ahead and move it to the top. Do we do that? Do we move brickwork up the roster a little bit? Yep. I think so. I think we can hold on the tailor, because that's a tier 2. Let's go ahead and quick build this sheep ranch. Fill it up. Just to get it going. It's still going to take a cycle just for them to get fattened up so we can start slaughtering them. Now, what I don't get is, it actually slaughters them for the wool and for the lamb meat. And I don't get that, because a lot of modern production, they just gather the wool. They don't actually gather the mutton. So they let the sheep continue to live. So I'm not quite sure what the thought line is there. But we've produced 82 wool. So let's go ahead and switch our tailors over. So we want wool, and it produces a little bit more. So this is quite the advantage, because we'll be able to actually keep these going year-round now. Now, how much iron do we have? We've got 400. What does 55 protection get us? Up to 28. Yeah, that's a good deal. It'll take 64 iron in total to get us the Tailor Town. So we'll go ahead and wait on that. Just hit 200 population. Don't care about the productivity book because, well, our happiness is high enough. So let's go ahead and grab the motivation. Passion might be okay in jobs that have low natural happiness, because we could pair it just to get our natural happiness up. but we're going to go ahead and hold out on that. That will be later on down the road. Let's go ahead and grab that motivation. Where can we put that that might actually make sense? We already have 2 sustainability books in here, but if we start producing enough wool, we can get rid of the sustainability. We'll think about that. We might come back to that. All right, let's see what's in the books. Nothing in here is good. We already have 1 beekeeper. I want to see how that one's doing before we get more. We're not ready for the winery, but we're getting close because I think we have grapes within our territory. Not ready for the baker. We're not ready for the scholar's office. But if we put down the scholar's office, we could see what cards we could produce. I know wild cards is one of them, and I believe sustainability is one of them, and I think frugality is one of them. Now, frugality we might actually use. Least early game. Let's pass. Card removal. All right, we want that. Let's go ahead and get the wild card. Nothing in this round. All right, we've unlocked the sand mine. We'll go ahead and take it. We've unlocked the glass worker. We can't actually use it yet. Let's use the remove, and we're going to go ahead and remove the quarry because we can just get that from the wild cards. Now that will never show up ever again unless we use a wild card. That's fine because there are things that we want more than a quarry. Let's go ahead and take the glass smelter. Now this takes 280 bricks, iron, which we are producing, stone, which we're not producing. Well, we are producing, just not very fast. Wood, which we have an overabundance of. Sand mine, again. Wood, stone, iron, and bricks. Let's drop our motivation in the bricks. Gets us up to 42. Do we buy stone to buff that even further? Let's think about that. Let's get the sand mine down. Can I plop it right here? I can. All right. That's a good spot. Just flirting with the water there. Gets it down. Windmill. This will be good down the road. It does have some base upkeep, but this will be good down the road. Now, if I get it, what I can do is artificially buff our farms. And are we at a spot, we've got the money, are we at a spot that we go ahead and artificially buff these farms just to buff them, knowing that later on we're going to go ahead and use it for getting our bakeries up and going. Yep, let's go ahead and do that. Now, do we want to plop it here? Well, it's getting all of those, so I want it on the edge of the road. And I think what we're going to do is it looks like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and build a road up to it, even though it doesn't quite match, and we'll build a road there. Right here, we're just going to leave it because we're probably going to put some more farms over this way. Let's get a road down here. Oh, it's late autumn. It looks like this one just finished, which is fine. But as soon as the farmer comes and grabs those last 2, which he's not going to because he's already left, let's go ahead and toast this. And now we can move that over. And then we can actually put our road the way that we want it. Now, back to tulips before I forget. Put our road back in. We're going to go ahead and quick build this just because. Now, we're 15,000 food. We're still good on money. We're close to 40,000, so I don't see a need to sell yet. See what's in the books. Take the wild card. Back down to our city down here. This area is coming together. Still a little lacking on this one. Let's go ahead and buff it. This guy's still going. Let's start unselecting all of our hunters. Let's go ahead and start shutting them down. So the tab function is amazing. Yeah, let's get that one shut down, and then we should be... Oh, they finished it. We'll upgrade it just in case we come back to them. And this is how long it's been. It actually upgraded 4 of them when I upgraded that one. 3 on the other. Let's get our fruit gatherers upgraded for next spring. probably need a few more houses over here. And look at these. They are really getting into this season. So they are all level 5. Let's go ahead and open up our tech. We want school. Almost done. Waffled around enough that we've almost completed the next tech. That's fine. This house is done. What do we want? What are these? Are these up to 6? They're up to 6 per house. This needs about 10. Let's go ahead and get 2 more houses over here. When school finishes, we want theater. That's a given. After theater, I think we're going to come back to the upgrade book. To the upgrade tree, that is. Looking at the beginning, we want wheat tree, which will actually go really quick because getting 1,000 research. So we'll probably pop off a wheat, cabbage, and then we'll come back, upgrade our farming technology, probably up to about 5 or 6. And then it will be blueberry, pumpkin, bread day for the future. Kind of getting ready for that. Trade relations, housing adjacency, but we've waffled enough that we finished our research. So let's go ahead and show the tree and go ahead and get, not logistics, back to theater, thank you. We do want this, the school, and we're going to want, I believe, 5 of them. So let's go ahead and take them. Let's grab our books. What's in the cards down here? We'll take the wild card. Take the school. Said we want a few of them. These houses should be... Where is our builder? What do we have building? This is already built, so we don't... It's not that. Let's go ahead and upgrade it. Where are these guys? Not in here. Not in there. On the river? Not in here. What am I missing here? I lost my builders. Let me go take a look at my town hall and see if there's just not any builders assigned at the moment. So it says we're using 5 of 5 builders. Oh, we got them over here. They're all working on the windmill. Yep, that's fine. Don't want a quick build it yet. It's a little bit more. Once we get into like the 100,000 cash range, we'll look at quick building things that are more expensive than 500, but do we want more builders now that we're getting into more extensive projects? Do we want sustainability in our tailors long term? Because it looks like we're starting to get piles of wool. We've already produced 555 wool. This could be a problem. And we are producing clothes. We're actually producing enough clothes that we shouldn't have to worry about it. Let's get at least one of our sustainability books out of both of these. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's get him switched over to wool. Yep, all right, they're both on wool. If our wool continues to go up, we're going to go ahead and steal that other sustainability books out. Now, bricks. Bricks are going nonstop now. This is amazing. Still need stones. We've got our sand mine, and wow, does our sand mine take a lot of people. 7 people to maintain. We could get some tools in order to get the productivity during the summer. It produces batches of 49, so let's go ahead and see what it takes to make glass. Go ahead and keep it right in that same row. We'll put it... I don't want it right here. I want to put something else there. I want to put an actual productivity, maybe pottery over there. Yep. Let's go ahead, set it here. What I don't want to do is, if I can put another like clay pit or another sand mine down here, I don't want to put it in where it's going to interfere. Feed bricks, which is fine. Let's go ahead and buff this up. So glass would make this more productive. It would make it a little bit better. Stone is the other. Is our quarry working? So our quarry's not working. We don't have enough people to keep it going year round. Let's go ahead and buy some stones. We're probably going to have to buy 2 runs of stones just to get our enough to upgrade that, because I think getting that upgrade will push our bricks closer to 60 or 70. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's pretty important. Not enough input. Takes steel tools to upgrade it, which gives us 50% productivity. That's pretty big. What is going on with our tools? We've consumed 250. So we're back to buying tools. All right. Back over to our blacksmith. Can we find some motivation books somewhere to actually make this work? Let's grab our cards real quick. Take another cell food. We'll take them every day. Nothing in here. We will want 2 more coal makers, but we can use our wild cards for those. Nothing useful in here. Take our wild card. Blacksmith. The funny thing is, I probably got a blacksmith in that run and just didn't notice it because I was waffling. Let's get him down. I don't want to quick build him. That's 9,000. I could sell the food because we've got quite a bit. Nope, we'll go ahead and wait. And maybe what I'll do is, with 1 motivation book, we're producing 21. Maybe what we'll do is a sustainability book and a motivation book, just so we're not using a whole lot of iron to get it going. Oh, our houses are looking amazing. Level 5. Need 3 tier 2 luxuries in order to move them on even further. We've got vodka. We've got cloves. We're working on candles. And what are we missing for candles? Because we've got our beekeeper. Maybe we need to prioritize him just to get him going. What does that do to our actual people? So it keeps our tailor going year round. Our vodka will only produce during the winter, which is fine. Our candle maker, it's fine if it goes in the winter, because we'll get the wax during the summer, make the candles during the winter. That's fine. Let's go ahead and zoom back in. When this finishes, we'll go ahead and drop the books in. And then I think we're in a good spot to go ahead and end this episode. And in the next episode, I kind of want to start rearranging our towns to match having the theater, because the theater produces a lot better of a service quality than the tavern. And what's going to happen is the school, like the library does 100%, the school does 120% to our science. So if we're getting, let's take a look, we're getting 570 from our library, we'll get probably about 700 from our school. So we'll be at almost 2,000 production just from that. So probably between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and finish out. Well, we'll definitely finish out theater because we're not far from it. And then move back into our tech tree and start working on farming technology just to get it up. And then maybe grab some of the things like blueberry, pumpkin. Well, maybe not pumpkin yet, because we have to do blueberries in order to do them. But work our way this way. Maybe grab cypress, because this is the upgraded to the shrubs. Now, anything else? This is end of game, so we won't be getting into that. But I'd like to thank you guys for joining. Let's drop this in there last thing. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. If you're liking what you're seeing, hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.